Hey guys, so today you and I are going to talk about what I want to do for the rest of my life. So let's get into it. So the question in question was, Frederick, is programming something you want to do for the rest of your life? And I suppose the short answer is yes. I'm not so sure I'm going to do the exact same thing for the rest of my life. I'd like to think that there's more to my existence than that, but I'm pretty sure at this point at least that I'm going to be involved in the IT industry in some fashion. So the way that I kind of think about this is that I know myself well enough to know that in order for me to be happy, I need a practically constant sensation of progression or fulfillment. Fulfillment is a very big thing for me. It's probably the biggest thing that I have in my life. Everything else is secondary. I can't actually physically force myself to do something that I find extremely boring, even if the money is amazing. I know this for a fact. So for me, it all kind of comes down to if I feel that there's something new and exciting to do within IT. And I'm very fortunate, I think, in a way, because when it comes to the IT industry, it's not like a lot of other industries where there's a very deterministic point where at this point you're probably not going to go much further. This is as far as you can go, and then you need to go somewhere else or do something completely different. But in IT, you do have a lot of flexibility as long as you're open to consistently learn new things. You can always move somewhere else. An example would be I actually had when I went to university. There was another developer, a classmate of mine. He had been working in PHP for quite a few years, and he had reached that point when he felt that, well, he kind of knows this whole PHP thing and web development and stuff like that, and he felt, you know what, maybe I should do something slightly different. It was still programming, so he felt, all right, I'm going to do some stuff with Java. And I'm going to learn how to get a little bit, as he put it, closer to the hardware. That's what he wanted at the very least. He wanted to work with different types of systems, but with PHP, that's not really an option. You pretty much do web development with that language. So now I'm not sure. I think he works as a consultant, actually, for Volvo Cars, and I can be wrong here now, but I think the last time I heard from him, that's what he was doing because he wanted to do something very different. And so the same thing is true for me as well. I've already moved around a few times now and tried different things within this industry. Been doing full stack work, front end work, a lot of back end work, and now I'm moving more and more into operations type of thing, learning about that. And I mean, it's probably going to continue from there and then on out. And there's quite, I hope, a few more years for me to go through all the things that I could find interesting. And as long as there is like a a new project or something that is fulfilling about the industry, I think that I will stay in programming for most of my life. I mean, I can't even imagine. I think that that's actually one of my greatest fears. I've had a few minor health issues in recent time that made me slightly worried because, of course, I'm not a doctor, so I don't actually know what's going on. But that have made me question whether or not I can do this for the rest of my life. But so far everything's working out fine and I can, but facing that question has been very terrifying for me because when I found programming and I realized how much I liked it, I really did feel as if this is something that I want to do. This is the thing that I'm supposed to do, or it's the thing that closest it's the closest thing that I can imagine to being my dream job. That's pretty much how I feel. I really do feel like I spend most of my day doing exactly the thing I want to do, and I wouldn't really trade it for anything, and I can't really imagine something else that would fulfill me as much as this. I mean, there are a few candidates, that would be pretty good as well. But I'm kind of already doing them. I really do. I mean, I would probably go into teaching or something like that if I wasn't a programmer. That's what my guess is. Anywho, so what I want you to take away from this is that I do believe that I'm probably going to be doing this coding thing for the rest of my life. I'm not 100% sure it's going to be exactly in the format that it is today. Today I'm doing web, and I'm pretty sure that I will go around and try more stuff because I do enjoy to look around to see what's out there and like learn new things and so forth. And before I kick the bucket, I'm pretty sure is that I will get bored with just doing the exact same type of coding all the time. It's already well, I haven't gotten bored with it. It's just that I know roughly when I reach a point where I now know this well enough to see a very diminishing return on investment going further into this area, so I'll try something else. It's like climbing a mountain. For me, I like to look at it as if you climb pretty much always all up to the peak and you can see the peak, you're not exactly up there, but you now realize that the journey is going to get 90% harder if you try to get all the way up. Then I'm the guy who goes kind of, I'm not sure if it's worth it because the difference between here and there isn't super high. So maybe I should just climb another mountain that seems to be more fun to climb than continuing and becoming the absolute best at this one thing. That's just how I like to do it, and that keeps me fulfilled. Your journey may be different, but at least for me, I think that that's going to keep me fairly occupied since IT is such a massive area of our world. Have a great day.